Hey guys, what's going on? Survivor Series 2019 happened last night. I watched it. Overall, I was very entertained. It was a really good show. One of the better pay-per-views WWE has put on this year. Before I get to that, you may be wondering why I have a different setup. Something is happening at the moment, so that's why this setup's a little different than how I usually have these videos set up. I'll explain all that in due time in another video. But as for now, let's hop right into Survivor Series 2019. The first match was on the kickoff show. It was the Tag Team Battle Royal. Teams from NXT, Raw, and SmackDown competing. The winners of this match was the team of Bobby Roode and Dolph Ziggler. Nothing too exciting happening during this match. This year's typical Battle Royal, so had a couple good spots here and there. Street Profits definitely had their moment in the sun. They seem to be like the tag team of the future, and rightfully so. They killed it in NXT. So far, they've been doing pretty well on the main roster. But in the end, it was Ziggler and Roode who seem to be appear to be a big team going forward for the future of SmackDown. That's why they were the winners, in my opinion, of this Battle Royal. After that, we had the Triple Threat Cruiserweight Championship match. Tozawa versus Kalisto versus the Cruiserweight Champ, Lio Rush. Fun match, a lot of really good spots, lots of excitement. Just a shame that the match happened in front of a pretty empty arena. Half the crowd was in there at that moment, so wasn't really big pops and oohs and dahs for all these different spots the guys were doing. Had some really good spots though. Tozawa had a massive senton, and then Kalisto, of course, is Celine Del Sol, was always a cool move to see. But Rush was able to successfully defend his Cruiserweight Championship by hitting a frog splash for the win. After that, we had the New Day versus the Undisputed Era versus the Viking Raiders. It was the battle of the tag team champs. New Day had the SmackDown tag belts. Undisputed Era has the NXT tag belts, and Viking Raiders have the Raw tag team championships. This is a really exciting match. All six guys delivered it in this match, in my opinion. There's a cool spot with New Day had a double stomp power bomb thing, which is really cool. And then the Viking Raiders had a springboard German suplex combo. And then the Undisputed Era, they were seeming like bumping like crazy for all four for the other two teams, O'Reilly and Fish. But in the end, it was the Viking Raiders who got the win over. I think they hit the Viking Experience on the Undisputed Era to pick up the win. So they are the supreme tag team of the three different brands. But don't take away from the New Day or Undisputed Era. All three of these teams delivered, in my opinion, made for a really fun match. After that, we had the main show start off. It was a Women's Survivor Series elimination triple threat match. Team Raw versus Team SmackDown versus Team NXT. Some really good highlights. Storm hit a German suplex fallaway slam combo, which is really cool to see. Sheree had a drop kick square in the head of Kairi Sane, which looked very painful. And then Asuka had Ripley in the Asuka lock, and then a spot fest broke out. You know, where like one wrestler comes in, does their signature move, then another. So that was pretty much, that gave like all these women in this match different time to shine and get their moment in the sun. And then after all that happened, Shirai and LeRae actually went to the back due to injury. So you know they didn't really elaborate on that count as like an official elimination. Anytime someone goes to the back with injury, you can bet they're going to be back later in the match. So after that, Cross was eliminated by Bianca Belair with an assist from Rhea Ripley, who was holding Belair's feet down to help with the pin. Then Blair eliminated Sarah Logan with a 450 splash, a very impressive 450 splash, might I add. Carmella hit a top rope Frankensteiner on Flair, who landed on Bianca Belair. That was a really cool spot. Flair then eliminated Carmella with natural selection. Banks eliminates Kairi Sane with a Meteora. Flair and Asuka get into like an internal brawl for Team SmackDown. Not looking good. Eventually, it concludes with Asuka spitting the green mist into the face of Charlotte Flair, which I love seeing that. After that, we had after the mist into the face of Flair, it was Lacey Evans who ended up pinning Charlotte to eliminate her. Then there was a sharpshooter Banks statement combo from Natalya and Sasha Banks on Storm. And after all that, the final three were Natalya, Banks, and Ripley. Banks quickly turned on Natalya, got rid of her. And so we're down to Ripley and Sasha Banks. LeRae and Shirai come back out and pretty much give Ripley the assist. Shirai hit a springboard dropkick, allowing Ripley to hit the Riptide on Banks for the win. So Team NXT women, they get the win for that. They have the most dominant women's brand per this match's stipulation. So NXT is on the board. And yeah, so NXT came out with a early lead after this match. It was a fun match to watch. Lots of cool spots, very exciting. All these women got a chance to shine for the most part. The theme of the night was seemingly giving NXT UK the shaft, which is very disappointing because there were some really good wrestlers on that show. They had some really good matches, and it would have been nice to introduce them to an American audience who can't watch NXT UK as much. But yeah, so NXT UK didn't really get their chance to shine in this match. The main NXT roster, as well as Raw and SmackDown, they got their chance to shine and made for an overall fun match to watch, with Team NXT getting the win. After that, we had Shinsuke Nakamura versus Roderick Strong versus AJ Styles. US champ versus Intercontinental champ versus the North American champ. Really, really good match. I thought this had the potential to steal the show. Almost got to that point, started a little slow for my liking, but it eventually picked up steam and got more exciting as the match went on. There was a really cool spot where Strong monkey flipped AJ Styles right into the knee of Nakamura. That was a really, really cool spot. Then there was Strong with a double underhook powerbomb to AJ Styles, and Nakamura with a kick to Strong, who was on the shoulders of AJ Styles. Like in the electric chair position, Nakamura got onto the turnbuckle and just jumped off, kicked Strong off the shoulders of AJ Styles. All three guys hit the mat. Really, really cool spot. And of course, Sami Zayn was out there. He assisted Nakamura by shoving AJ Styles into the ring post. Nakamura hit Strong with a GTS that led to a big CM Punk chant from the Chicago crowd. Styles hit the phenomenal forearm on Nakamura. Nakamura dumped Strong right onto the face of AJ Styles. That looked pretty painful. And Styles ends up hitting Nakamura with another phenomenal forearm later in the match. But Roderick Strong comes in, tosses Styles out of the ring, pins Nakamura for the win. So NXT wins 2 matches in a row. Really, really fun match. Very exciting. Lots of cool spots. But I thought this had the potential to steal the show. Did not quite get to that level. I thought the women's match was better than this match. Still a really good match nonetheless. Roderick Strong is your winner. After that, we had Pete Dunne versus Adam Cole for the NXT champ. Pete Dunne, the former NXT UK champ, taking on the Undisputed Era's Adam Cole, who, along with Fish and O'Reilly and Strong, competed in that crazy War Games match the night before. And I think Cole actually had a ladder match on NXT before NXT TakeOver. So this guy is a machine, just working these crazy matches constantly. And the match starts out. Dunne's working on the fingers of Adam Cole, and he hits a second rope moonsault onto Cole on the outside of the ring. Really, really cool spot. Dunne goes for another moonsault, but Cole blocks it and hits a last shot. Dunne hits bitter end on Cole, but Cole is able to kick out. Then Dunne goes for another moonsault. This was like a sick spot. So he's going for the moonsault while he's upside down. Cole just kicks him in the face. Really, really painful looking. I don't know how Dunne's able to continue on to the side. His nose didn't get broken. So Cole hits Dunne. They're riding on the ring apron. Cole hits Dunne with a Panama Sunrise on the apron. That looks extremely painful. But that would not be the last Panama Sunrise we see. They get back in the ring. Dunne's going for a bitter end. Cole reverses that into a Panama Sunrise last shot combo for the win. Match of the night. Unbelievable how good this match was. I was on the edge of my seat, not knowing if it was Dunne who was going to win, if it was Adam Cole was going to win. In the end, Adam Cole gets the win. Undisputed Era still has all the gold for NXT, and this was just a great match. Pete Dunne looked great. Adam Cole looked great. Just a fun match. Crowd was really into it. I was into it. If you're going to watch Survivor Series, make sure you watch this match. As I said, Adam Cole is your winner, still NXT champ. After that, we had Daniel Bryan versus The Fiend for the Universal Championship. This was a pretty unique storyline. The Fiend trying to get Bryan to, I guess, say yes, yes, yes. He challenges it. He basically makes Bryan the #1 contender for this Universal title on that episode of Miz TV a couple weeks ago. So Wyatt starts this match with a big close on Daniel Bryan, and he was just dominating Daniel Bryan early. The tide seemed to turn when Wyatt ran into the stairs. Bryan got out of the way, did a suicide dive on Bray Wyatt, but Wyatt catches him in like a Sister Abigail. But before he can finish it, Bryan counters into a running knee, and then just so Wyatt's on the outside. Bryan hops back in the ring, just hits a huge splash from the top rope to Wyatt on the outside of the ring. High spot right there. Bryan has multiple drop kicks from the top rope and hits yes kick. The Fiend is unfazed by this. This guy's a machine. He's like a Terminator. Feels no pain. Eventually it ends with Wyatt choking out Daniel Bryan and pinning him to retain the Universal Championship. A really, really good match. A solid follow-up to Cole versus Dunne. Not as good as that match, but still a very fun match. And this crowd was very pro-Wyatt when it started out, but just because how good Daniel Bryan is in the ring, they started chanting for Bryan about halfway through the match. Just shows you how good Daniel Bryan is and how good the Fiend is, because even though they were chanting for Bryan, they still cheered when the Fiend won. So The Speed character is taking WWE by storm. I hope they keep the momentum going. Daniel Bryan showing he is still one of the best in the ring, and also just his pure wrestling ability is able to turn a crowd is just something to behold. After that, the next match on the card was the men's traditional Survivor Series triple threat elimination match: Team Raw versus Team SmackDown versus Team NXT. This was a really good match. We started off with like a 3 big men battle between Walter from NXT UK, Drew McIntyre from Raw, Braun Strowman from SmackDown. After that, McIntyre eliminated Walter with a Claymore kick, and that was a shock to me. Walter is an unstoppable force in NXT UK, and the fact that they got rid of him so early, so easily, is an insult to him, to NXT UK, and it's just stunning. And the Chicago crowd let Vince McMahon know that decision to have Walter eliminated so early with such little fanfare was a big mistake. They were booing that like crazy, and I do not blame them. After that, we had a Ricochet and Gable go into a crazy sequence that ended with a rolling German suplex to Ricochet, 2 of the most athletic guys on the roster. No surprise that sequence happened. Gable was eliminated by Kevin Owens with a frog splash. Owen then hit a cannonball on Roman Reigns on the outside and a stunner to Corbin, but as soon as he got back in the ring, Tommaso Ciampa eliminated him. After that, we had Randy Orton eliminate Priest with an RKO, aka the former Punishment Martinez from Ring of Honor. Priest, he got eliminated by Randy Orton. Then Riddle ends up coming in like, bro, rolls up Randy Orton for the pin, eliminates him, but Orton hits an RKO on Riddle, and that allowed Baron Corbin to eliminate him. After that, Braun Strowman was eliminated by count after a McIntyre Claymore kick on the outside. Kind of lame. I'm not the biggest Braun Strowman fan, but the fact that he was eliminated via count-out is kind of weak. I know I get how it protects his character, but they never do anything with this character, so it doesn't matter if you protect it with a count-out. Just a weak elimination, in my opinion. After that, we had Corbin when he eliminated Ricochet with an End of Days, and then Mustafa Ali had a really cool tornado DDT that spiked Rollins right on his head. Corbin ended up distracting Ali on the outside, and Rollins capitalized with a curb stomp to eliminate Mustafa Ali. Reigns would then hit a massive spear on Drew McIntyre for another elimination. Reigns then hit Corbin with a spear and a Superman punch. This allowed Tommaso Ciampa to pin him for the elimination. Now keep in mind, Reigns and Corbin are on the same team, so Reigns basically eliminated Corbin, but Tommaso Ciampa gets the credit for pinning him. After that, Reigns and Rollins go for a shield powerbomb on Tommaso Ciampa through the announce table, but Keith Lee, basking in his glory, Keith Lee, he breaks it up, and he knows you can't have a true shield powerbomb moment without Jon Moxley, aka Dean Ambrose, so he breaks up that. Reigns then Superman punches Tommaso Ciampa, and Rollins has a curse stop for another elimination. Rollins gets a frog splash on Keith Lee, but Lee kicks out and later eliminates Rollins. Might have been a botch on the counts with Reigns and Keith Lee. They were the last 2 guys in this match. It sounded like the ref's hand hit the mat for the 3 count, but Keith Lee might have been a little late on kicking out. Regardless, the match continues. Lee hit a big powerbomb on Roman Reigns. Reigns kicks out. He goes for the moonsault. This allowed Reigns to capitalize with a spear for the win. So Team SmackDown wins. Keith Lee looked really good. Tommaso Ciampa looked really good. I basically had no problems with the way this match was booked, aside from the countout on Strowman and just how weak they made Walter look. Other than that, it was a fun match. Lots of exciting, high-paced action throughout. Definitely one of the better Survivor Series elimination matches. And we could say there's 3 teams. That's saying something, because there's 15 guys in this ring, and the fact that they made basically all these guys pretty much stand out, aside from Walter, who got shafted. But all these other guys stand out. That's a testament how well this match was booked, aside from the Walter and Strowman eliminations. After that, we had Rey Mysterio challenging Brock Lesnar for the WWE Championship in a no disqualification match. Rey Mysterio came out to the ring rocking some Joker gear. And then as soon as the match starts, Rey Mysterio goes out of the ring, grabs a pipe. But it didn't really help. Lesnar was dominating early. He had the panel from the announce table set up and leaning against the announce table, hit a belly-to-belly on Rey, who just hit the panel and bounced off. The panel cracked a little bit, but not enough. Super painful looking spot. Dominic would later interfere. Rey Mysterio's son, he would interfere, and he would try throwing the towel, but Lesnar wasn't having it, and it looked like Lesnar was going to just whoop up on Dominic. This allowed Mysterio to hit him with a low blow, followed by a low blow by Dominic. This allows Mysterio and Dominic to hit these combination pipe shots and chair shots. They go for a double 619, which is a cool spot. Mysterio and Dominic both at the 619 at the same time. 2 frog splashes. Mysterio's pinning Lesnar. Dominic's pinning Mysterio to help keep Lesnar down. Doesn't work. Lesnar hits a huge German on Dominic. Catches Mysterio out of midair. Hits an F5. Pins him for the 1-2-3. Typical Brock Lesnar, unstoppable beast finish. Yeah, but the match itself was pretty good. I was literally thinking Dominic and Rey Mysterio were going to be able to beat Brock Lesnar. Was not the case. Lesnar wins. Still the WWE Champion. Hopefully to get the belt off him soon, because I'm tired of seeing Brock Lesnar with gold around his waist if he's not going to be on WWE TV every week. After that, we had the triple threat match. The NXT Women's Champ, Shayna Baszler versus SmackDown Women's Champ, Bayley versus the Raw Women's Champ, Becky Lynch. This match, this was probably the lowest point of the show. It was an okay match, a good match, not great, just kind of like a weird match to end the show on. I had a lot of hype coming into this match because Baszler, Bayley, and Lynch, they are all capable of producing really, really good stuff in the ring. Just could not do it tonight. So let's get into it. Bayley botched a sunset flip into a turnbuckle on Lynch. Just looked awkward, and I guess Bayley might have been too close or Lynch might have been too close to the turnbuckle because it just did not look right. Lynch had a combo DDT faceplant on Baszler and Bayley, which looked pretty cool. And she had a top rope leg drop onto Bayley. Becky Lynch Bayley hit Baszler with a Bayley to belly. Lynch was in powerbomb Baszler, but she kicked out. Baszler drops Lynch on the announce table, and then Baszler made Bayley tap after countering Bayley's Macho Man tribute elbow drop. She countered into her submission hold, made Bayley tap, and while she's celebrating outside the ring, sealing the win for NXT that night, she then goes over to the announce table that she put Becky Lynch on. Becky Lynch is on the floor at this point. She's holding the belt up, seemingly gloating. Becky Lynch just sweeps her legs. She falls on the table. Then Becky Lynch hits a leg drop from the barricade to Baszler, to her through the announce table to end the show. A weird ending, so it looks like they're playing the seeds for a feud between Shayna Baszler and Becky Lynch. Also, Baszler was trained by Ronda Rousey, so they might be hinting at a possible rematch, like this feud with Shayna could be enough for Rousey to come back, and we could have Lynch versus Rousey at WrestleMania, because Lynch has held the belt since WrestleMania. If that's the route they want to go, I could definitely see them doing that. But yeah, that was Survivor Series 2019. A fun show, a really, really good pay-per-view, one of the better pay-per-views WWE has put on this year. I highly recommend watching it. If you're only going to watch one match, watch Pete Dunne versus Adam Cole. They tore the house down and stole the show. Great match by these two guys. And that's all I got for you. If you like this video, feel free to get a thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. Check out my website, cincyfanzone.blogspot.com. And give me a follow on Twitter and Instagram. Both those are at Cincy Fan Zone. And as always, guys, thanks for watching.